And sorry for those on the other stream, we got booted from the Wi-Fi here. Blues are starting the second period on a power play. They called a cross check against the Grizzlies right at the end of regulation of the first period. Blues start this power play with Giorgio, Zillman, Boyer. Blues bring it into the Grizzlies zone. Grizzlies grab it. They're going to poke it right back out. That's not going to go far enough for icing, so Rubis has to pick it up. He takes it behind the Stutzer's net. He posts up, waits for the Blues to start moving. It goes up to Boyer. Boyer, nifty little backhand pass around. He's got a lane to the net. Shot. He gets blocked in front. And Grizzlies send it up to the sideboards, and they're going to bring it through and heads up. They got a 2-on-1 back. Good back check by Georgia. Keeps him to the outside. Peterson picks it up. He gives it forward to Rubis. Rubis makes a move to the outside. Crosses into the Oakland zone, tries to pass to Zilm out of his reach. Zilm takes a hit in the corner and goes down. They try to clear. That is held in at the point by Rubis. Rubis makes a move, and Grizzlies are able to come away with it. And then it's a foot race as it goes all the way into the blue zone. The Grizzlies win it. They take a shot. That gets picked up by, or shin pad blocked by Peterson. Rubis levels the man after the shot. Boyer gets it from Giorgio. Boyer circles. He sends it in on the forecheck as the Blues make a change. And Grizzlies grab it in the corner. They go far side. Brooks fresh on the ice, pushes it back in deep. He tries to go to Miniman, and it squirts into the neutral zone. Blues pick it back up. Brooks sends it to Bowers. Bowers off the boards to Bauer. Puck picked off, and they keep it in the neutral zone. Blues get it back to Brooks on his own blue line. He sends it over to Bauer. Bauer tips it to Crowley. Crowley takes it down to the corner, shakes off the first hit, tries to get it to Bauer. Bauer gets a stick on it. It floats towards the net, and the goalie grabs it and holds on to it. That'll do it for the Blues power play. We are now 14:57 left in the second period. Blues down 2-0. Crowley, Bowers, and Bauer up front. Miniman and Brooks will be the defensive pair. Face-off won by the Grizzlies. They take it to their corner. They send it up the sideboards. Crowley intercepts the exit pass. He holds it in his own. Bauer gets it, sends it to Bowers. Bowers in the corner battles, hits his man off the puck. Crowley gets it from Bauer. He rolls off of his stick. Good hold by Bauer at the line there. And Blues have to reverse into their own zone. Miniman gives it to Crowley. Crowley up the boards for Bowers. Bowers gives it to Bauer. Back to Brooks. Brooks shot. Glove saved by the Grizzlies goaltender on a nice bit of passing there as the Blues get their first opportunity in a while. 14:23 left here in the second. Blues make a line change. They send out Smith and Komodowski on defense. Fugner, Schneider, and Harris up front. Face-off is won by the Grizzlies. It goes behind the net. They send it far side. Schneider goes in on the forecheck. They reverse into their own corner. Harris chases. Pinched by Komodowski. Is held in the sideboards. He tries to get to Harris. Harris has two men on him. Schneider goes in to help him out. Puck squirts out. Schneider battles for it, knocks it off the stick. Komodowski now fights for it. Puck comes to the neutral zone. Smith grabs it, goes far side. His pass is picked off and heads up. They've got space, and they shoot and score. Picked off pass on the outlet attempt, and semi-break and buried. And after that goal, Blues changed the defensive pair. Rubis and Peterson step on the ice with the Fugner, Schneider, Harris line. Blues get the puck behind their own net. Rubis sends up the boards for Harris. Harris tries to lead man. That gets knocked, but then he uses his stick to push it all the way down to the zone. They take it behind the net. Fugner hits his man. Oakland comes out with it on the sideboards. Their exit attempt is blocked off the shin pad of Harris. They go behind the net again. Schneider goes on the forecheck. It comes up the sideboards. They go far side on a bouncing pass. Peterson's going to step up. He whacks at it. He gets the puck back, and he's going to bring it out of the zone. Fugner helps him. He grabs it. Fugner chips it around his man, and he goes in. Grizzlies take it behind their net. They reverse into the near side corner. They go up the sideboards. They send it all the way down. Not far enough for icing. Heads up. They got a man cutting towards the middle, uncontested. Rubis beats him to the puck anyways. They send it around far boards. No winger there. Spatansky's blocked, pushes it to the top of the circle. They take another shot. That's picked off by Peterson. He sends it forward to Spatansky. Spatansky kicks it forward to Wessel, and here come the Blues. Rubis picks up the loose puck. There is no defenseman back as Brooks was changing. Rubis has it behind the net, skates the top of the circle to the top of the slot, top of the far circle. Shot, that goes wide. Blanchard picks up side. Blanchard picks up sideboards. He puts in the corner for Wessel. Wessel back to Blanchard. Blanchard with space. Shot on, glove saved by the Grizzlies goaltender. Blues, no change in personnel. Spatansky, Wessel, Blanchard up front. Brooks and Miniman, the defensive pairing. Face off, one back to Miniman. Miniman steps up, shot. That deflects wide of the net. Miniman picks it up in the near side corner. He skates it out. He's got men all over him. He chips it over to Miniman. Miniman has a bounce, grabs on the sideboard, sends it to the front of the net. Loose puck in front. Another loose puck. Wessel steps up and beats the Grizzlies player to it, but they come away with it after it bounces up into the air. They send it D-to-D behind the net. They get it out to the neutral zone. Brooks hits his man, and they push it in deep. Brooks picks up the loose puck, skates it behind the net. He sends it hard. Oakland Grizzlies defenseman there. He's hassled by Blanchard. They send it towards the front of the net, stick aside by Brooks. Brooks' clearing attempt is blocked, and it goes all the way back in the corner for Miniman. Miniman gets it. He's going to skate it up the boards. He gets hit off the puck. Spatansky picks up the loose one, sends it over to Brooks. Brooks reverses. Man, heavy forecheck pressure here by Oakland. Brooks' pass hits the back of the Blues net. Blanchard grabs it, tries to put it off the boards and out. Grizzlies defense hold it. They skate the line. They're getting a whole fresh unit out here. Blues need to look at icing this puck or doing something. This is a long shift, and they're starting to look tired. Blanchard breaks up the play. Good play. Tries to chip it out. That gets caught. Shot on. Glove saved by Stutzer and held on to. Blues send out a fresh five-man unit. We're about 3 minutes or so from the second period Zamboni break, and your Blues certainly need that right now. Giorgio, Boyer, and Zilm up front. Smith and Komodowski on defense. Giorgio lines up, take the draw. It is pushed all the way to the point, almost over his stick. They push it in deep. Malachi Smith gloves down the entry. Oakland takes it back from him, and they skate it towards the top of the slot. Long shot, deflects off a blue stick, goes wide. Komodowski hits Boyer. Boyer tries to make a move at the blue line around. It hits the skate of a Grizzlies player, and here they come right back into the blue zone. They throw it all the way down, and what should be icing, they call it off. I guess the Grizzlies player got to it before it crossed the line. Malachi Smith battles. It comes out, sent to the point. Shot blocked by Zilm. He goes down. Another shot. That gets on net. Stick to the far corner by Stutzer. Malachi Smith grabs it. He goes far side. He tries to get to Boyer. It's a bouncing puck as they battle for it. Komodowski comes and grabs it, and he throws it in offsides.
Let's take it with you. Let's go.
Blues send out a fresh defensive pair in Rubis and Peterson. 10:21 left here in the second period. Blues down 3-0. Giorgio lines up to take the draw. It is pushed forward. Oakland's defense grab it. They go D-to-D at the top of their own circles. They do it one more time. Up the near side boards, they're going to bring it into the Blues zone around Peterson. Peterson takes the hit and holds it in the corner. Grizzlies player comes away with it and takes it down. And Blues are going back on the penalty kill. As another behind-the-play penalty by the Blues will put them shorthanded. Already down by 3. Blues send out Brooks to play with Rubis on defense. Forward penalty killing unit will be Spatansky and Wessel. 2 minutes to Peterson for holding. And Blues just hoping to kill this one off and get to the second period Zamboni break with no other damage done. Great play by Wessel with one hand on his stick, chips it around the Oakland defender. They're going to have to chase it all the way down into their zone to retrieve it. Wessel stays on him. He gets his stick held. Oakland sends it back behind their net again. Spatansky now keeps him honest. They're going to skate it out. They come far side here. They go past far side. It's off the boards, picked up by the defenseman, picked off by Rubis, and he chips it back down. That's going to go right to the top of the circle. Good forecheck by Wessel, as the goalie had to come out and play it because Wessel was going to win the race to it. I don't think the Oakland player realized that Wessel was that hard on the forecheck. Blues able to get a fresh penalty kill unit out there as Oakland was really slow to come out of their zone. They bring it down. They send it behind the Blues net under the far boards. Skated out to the top of the circle. Rubis pushes. They get it to the center. Nobody there. Shot. Pad saved by Stutzer. Goes far corner. Blanchard grabs it. Tries to put it off the boards. Oakland comes away with it. They circle. Blanchard stays on him. Pushes them to the outside. 50 seconds left in this Blues penalty kill as Rubis battles in the corner for it. Now wins the puck. He steps out. He sends it off the boards. Boyer now uses his stick to push it to the neutral zone. Good play by him. He must play baseball. He's got that hand-eye coordination down. Oakland reverses behind their own net. They're going to skate it out near side. They lead man the puck through the neutral zone. They cross into the Blues zone. And seam pass between the Blues defense as there's nowhere to go. Blanchard picks off the next one. He puts it around the boards. Boyer's going to fight for it as they forecheck it in back into the Grizzly zone. 10 seconds left in the Blues penalty kill, and they get to the outside around the Blues. Shot. Wow, loose puck in front. Great play by Brooks to push it to the corner, and that's going to do it for the penalty kill. Blues still have to get the puck out of the zone. Long shot. That tips wide. Peterson out of the box goes to battle for it on the boards. They put it down low. Miniman now. He's got Brooks with him. Puck bounces in the air. Grizzlies player picks it up. They send it back down to the top of the circle. Their pass across is picked up by Blanchard. Blanchard, he turns it, he throws it, and that will probably go down for icing. And that's an okay ice. That's going to do it for the mid part of the second period. We'll be back in about 15 minutes for the remainder of the second period and the third period. Your Blues down 3-0 against the Oakland Junior Grizzlies. We'll see you shortly. And we are back for the continuation of the second period. Blues down to the Grizzlies, 3-0. We'll have a defensive zone face-off to the right of Stutzer. Blues send out Bugner, Harris, and Schneider up front with Rubis and Peterson. Face-off is a fake drop. Puck never hit the ice. Fooled everybody. And Blues win that draw. They get it behind the net to Rubis. He reverses in the corner. He tries to go up. That goes through everybody straight to the point. They put it back into the Blues corner. Rubis grabs it. His pass behind the net to Peterson's picked off. They grab it. They send it out to the point. They get it out. That puck is almost picked off by Harris. Then it is picked off by Fugner. He has it stripped off his stick. They get a shot. That goes wide. Peterson sends it up towards Smith. Shot gets through, gloved aside by Rubis. He's going to battle in the corner for it. He reverses. He goes up the near side boards this time to Harris. Harris off the boards, puts it onto the neutral zone, and Oakland puts it back in. Oakland puts it back in offsides. Blues send out a fresh unit. Spatansky, Wessel, Blanchard up front with Komodowski and Miniman on defense. Spatansky lines up, wins the draw to Wessel. Wessel goes far side to Miniman. Miniman back to Komodowski. Komodowski circles, top of his zone. He goes to Miniman on the far dot. He chips it up the boards to Blanchard. Blanchard lets it roll past him forward, past the middle, almost picked off by Spatansky. Blanchard grabs the loose puck. Comes all the way out to Komodowski. Komodowski to Miniman. His shot goes far corner. Wessel picks it up. He goes out to Komodowski. Komodowski does his best just to hold and does so, and now Oakland finally able to clear. They send it towards the center. Wessel on the forecheck blocks that pass. Blanchard grabs it, tries to lead man it. Oakland gets it. They go back to the Blues zone. Miniman grabs it, sends it to Komodowski. Komodowski move around one, move around another. He goes far side, hits Blanchard in the back of the skate. Spatansky picks up the loose puck. He's going to bring it in. He drops it for Blanchard. Blanchard shot on, pad save, rebound in front. No Blues home. They throw it to the far corner. Malachi Smith on a pinch pushes it in, and they push it behind the net now. Oakland takes over. They come out near side. They bring it into the neutral zone. They lead man it to the center, and long shot goes wide to the far post. It comes all the way around. Boyer fresh on the ice, chips it to Zilm. Zilm hits the red line. He throws it in deep as he goes down. Giorgio onto the forecheck. He knocks it off a player's stick. Boyer helping him. Grizzlies come away with it. They go far side boards. Their pass deflects off a stick, goes all the way out to Brooks. Brooks fans on his pass to Boyer, and Grizzlies bring it back in, and they are offsides. .5:31 left here in the second period. Blues down by 3. Giorgio lines up, take this neutral zone face-off. It is won by the Grizzlies. They're going to put it in far corner. Blues chase. Brooks gets the puck first. He goes behind the net. That comes out to the sideboard, picked off by Oakland. Shot, that goes wide. Malachi Smith picks it up behind the net again. He goes up the sideboards. Boyer tips it to Giorgio, and here they come back in again. Knob saved by Stutzer this time, pushes it behind the net. Another heavy pressure shift here by the Grizzlies. They take a long shot. That goes wide into the far corner. And Boyer breaks up the clearing attempt. Smith takes it back. Another turnover, shot on, hits the post. Zilm puts it back deep into the blue zone, and Brooks is going to flip it up. Blues intercept. Man, can't catch a break today, can we? Had an opportunity. Look at this. Zilm and Boyer coming in on a 2-on-1. Zilm gets it shot, blocker save, rebound comes out front. Blues were changing. They bring it back through the neutral zone. They cross the red line. They put it in deep. Rubis has to get back. He shakes off a hit, tips it to Crowley. And Oakland takes it right back into the Blues corner. They try centering it. That's picked off by Peterson. Peterson taken down, but able to get the puck to Rubis. Rubis gets to Bauer. Bauer to Crowley. Crowley tips it in. That's knocked off of his stick. And Oakland reverses. They go right up the center, hit their own player's skate. Bowers holding at the blue line. Bowers comes to help him out. Blues push it back in. Oakland comes away with it. They go D to D on the circle. Long stretch pass picked off by Peterson. He's going to bring it in, puts it in deep. And Bowers will go in on the forecheck. Bauer causes a disruption. Bowers takes the puck, then has it stripped off of his stick. They go far corner. Crowley on the pressure now. They get the puck to the point. Rubis holds. He puts it back in deep. Bowers goes in on the forecheck. He gets hooked the whole way, and the ref is literally watching it. And now we get the call. and Bowers takes a retaliation, maybe. They blew it after that. Oh, no, they're going to let Bowers slide on the late hit. So Blues go on the power play with 3:35 left here in the second period on a roughing or hooking by 26 on the Grizzlies. Bugner, Harris, Schneider up front. Peterson, Rubis on defense. Offensive zone face-off to the right of the Grizzlies goaltender. Face-off one back to Peterson. He can't hold at the line as it was bouncing. They got to retreat to the neutral zone. Peterson gets it back from Rubis. Rubis drop pass for Harris. Harris going to skate it far side. He goes around one. He gets hit off the puck, and it is taken back over by Grizzlies. They reverse up the board. That's going to go all the way down in what should be icing, and is icing. Wow, they got lucky on that. Lucky on that. So we'll do it again from the left side of the Grizzlies goaltender. Same personnel for the Blues. Bugner lines up to take this draw. It is won by the Grizzlies. They go behind the net. Schneider goes in on the forecheck. They hold it in the corner. Schneider disrupts. The other player comes in and takes it. They lead it out. It goes to Rubis at the point. Rubis crosses the red line. He puts it in deep. Blues going on the forecheck. Bugner's going to be the first man to this puck. He pushes it in deep for Schneider. Schneider gets knocked down. Ref goes down. Everybody goes down. And Blues are going to hold on the far boards. Harris kicks it to his stick. He gives it to Bugner. Bugner has it roll on him. And they're able to clear far side. Peterson holds at the line, though. What a great hold by Peterson. He goes to Rubis. Rubis down to Harris. Harris down to Bugner below. He tries to hit Schneider in front. He gets his stick lifted, and they're able to clear. And Rubis touches it, so he's going to have to go retrieve it, as that might have gone for icing. Blues change their forward unit. Holds off getting off, so he's not offsides. Blues put it in deep. Not much going on this power play as we've struggled to get set up. Puck is going to go out to the neutral zone. Brooks grabs it and sends it to Rubis. Rubis back to Brooks. Brooks has it knocked off of his stick. Spatansky's there for it. He reverses for Rubis. Rubis makes a move. He goes far side for Wessel. Wessel goes far side for Rubis. Rubis crosses in, drops it for Plancher. Plancher has it knocked off of his stick. That's going to come all the way out. That goes all the way down, and it's going to be on net, so no icing. Stutzer plays it for Brooks. And Brooks draw back for Miniman. Miniman's going to skate it up the center. He goes up the boards for Wessel. Wessel holds at the line. If he had a player on him, they clear. Power play over for the Blues. Brooks gets it from Miniman, crosses the red line. He puts it far corner. Wessel's going to go chase it down. He wins the battle. He's got a man on him. They knock it up the sideboards. Miniman pinches. He puts it towards the net, deflects into the corner. Wessel there gets it to Spatansky. Spatansky shot on. Plancher gets a rebound. That one is saved as well or blocked. Oakland grabs it. They put it back behind the net. 1:06 left here in the second period. And they clear to the neutral zone and heads up. They got a 3-on-2 coming in. And good play by that. Spatansky knocks it out of the zone. Wessel gets held up, and puck floats back to Miniman. He gloves it down, goes to Brooks. Brooks off the boards to the defenseman of Oakland as they now circle in their own zone. They're going to go far side. That's going to go all the way down for icing. Blues finish the line change. Giorgio, Boyer, and Zilm up front. Smith and Komodowski will be the defensive pairing. It's the ref that went down, shaking his hand out like he's not feeling great. Face-off won by the Blues, back to Smith. He takes a shot. That gets through. Rebound in front. It's loose. Zilm comes away with it. He gets it to Boyer. Boyer out for point to Komodowski. Komodowski over to Smith. Smith, another shot. That goes by Boyer. Rebound off the outside of the post. And they're going to bring it back out now. Good hit by Giorgio. Breaks up the exit. They're going to put it in the blue zone. Malachi Smith collides with the player there. It pops out to the slot. Giorgio picks it up. He goes to Zilm. And Zilm's going to throw it all the way down. And he takes a late hit. No call there, and that's going to do it for the second period. So going into the third shortly, Blues down 3-0, and we'll be back for the end of this game here shortly. And we are ready to get the third period underway. Blues will continue up front with Giorgio Boyer-Zilm. Defensive pair to start the period, Rubis and Peterson. Center ice face-off. Blues talking a little play development here as they come up to Giorgio lines up for the draw. It is won by the Blues. Peterson picks it up on the red line. He puts it in deep. Zilm's going to go in on the forecheck. Goalie stops it behind the net. They're going to go up the sideboards. That exit zone picked off by Peterson. He reverses. I don't think he saw the man coming back in the zone, and they knock it off of his stick. That's picked off by Rubis. He flips it up. That's going to go back in. Giorgio hits his man. Zilm holds at the line. Oakland gets it out, and here's another. And, wow, what a play by Peterson on the back check. I'm not sure if he knocked it off or he just fanned on it. But exit attempt is then caught, knocked down by the Oakland player. They flip it towards the net. Their player quickly grabs it down and gets a nice shot on goal, and Stutz are up for the challenge. Blues send out Komodowski and Miniman on defense with Crowley, Bauer, and Bowers up front. 16-19 left here in the third period. Face-off, won by the Grizzlies. They cut to the center, long shot. Glove save made look easy by Stutzer as he saw it the whole way. We're going to do it again from his left in the defensive zone. Crowley lines up to take this one again. It is again won by Grizzlies. Out to the point again with the lane. Shot, pad save, puck's in front. Bowers tries to clear. It's left there loose as lots of heavy pressure after both these face-offs. We're going to do it again from Stutzer's left. Crowley again is going to try to pull this back to Miniman so Blues can get control. It is another tie-up. Oakland comes away with it. Same play as before, except opposite side. They shoot. That goes far corner. Miniman hits his man. Crowley comes in to help him out. He gets dumped. Bauer stays out tall. Another Oakland player goes in. They push it behind the Blues net. They get it out. Wide open man. That is blocked by somebody in front. Bauer with a good one-handed poke sends it out to the neutral zone. Bowers forechecks. And here they come back in around one. They push it towards the front of the net. That goes into the near side corner here. Bauer steps up, hits his man. Bowers tries to clear, hits a skate. Bowers grabs it. He flips it in deep. And now Bauer chases his own dump. He wins, goes out to Bowers. Bowers sends it far side for Komodowski. Komodowski has a bounce off of his stick. Wow, Bowers had a golden opportunity there. Komodowski throws it behind the net for Fugner. Fugner has two men on him. Blues need to get in on that. And they're going to bring it back to the neutral zone. Schneider still on the back check. Good step up by Miniman, breaks that up. Another step by Minison. He's behind the back pass to Komodowski. Komodowski's pass off the mark, but Miniman picks up and grabs it. He's going to put it in deep as he shakes off a hit. And Schneider deflects the next one. Miniman stops it down. Schneider takes a late hit. Puck goes to Fugner. Fugner shot. Block goes behind the net. Harris on the forecheck now. Schneider goes on the forecheck. He hits his man, knocks him off the puck. Harris takes it away. He takes a hit in the corner. Schneider goes in again, hits his man one more time. That's the guy that put him down late. He's taking a couple hits at him. Oakland picks up on the sideboards. Fugner disrupts. Schneider there. Oakland tips it out to Harris. Here comes Harris with it. He gets taken down. No call. Okay, they called it. So Blues will go on the power play with 14-12 left as 62 had no choice but to hold on to Harris as he was going to get free. Blues send out the Spatansky, Blanchard, Wessel line up front. They'll start this power play. They'll have Smith and Brooks on defense to get it going. Two-minute power play begins here now. Face-off won by the Blues, back to Smith. Smith to the sideboards to Wessel. Wessel behind the net. His pass is too high. Oakland comes away with it. It tips off something. Brooks, who was deep, picks that off. He sends it to Smith. Smith makes a move down to Brooks. Brooks skates it down the sideboards. His pass is off a stick. That deflects high. Oakland comes away with it on the sideboards. They flip it up. That's picked off by Spatansky. Spatansky has it knocked off of his stick. Brooks tips it to Smith. Smith goes down low for Wessel. Wessel far side for Brooks. He has it bounce on him, blows an edge, gets up, picks it up. Backhand pass to Smith. Smith down low for Wessel. Wessel tries to hit Spatansky. He's out of position. Gets knocked down. Puck goes out to Smith. Brooks gives it back to Smith. Down to Wessel. Wessel to Brooks. Brooks shot. That's on. Pad save. That comes all the way out to the point. Held by Smith. He goes off the boards back to Wessel. Wessel over to Smith. Brooks again. Brooks shot on in front. Loose puck. Oh, man. Nobody can get a stick on it. Comes all the way out to the point. Smith goes down low for Wessel again. Wessel skates into the top of the circle. He takes a shot. That's just wide. Rebound far side. Nobody home. They clear far side. Smith is going to have to pinch. He holds it there. Gives it to Blanchard. Blanchard's pass across ice leaves the zone, and Blues are going to regroup. They send it up the far boards for Spatansky. Spatansky puts it to Wessel. Wessel has it knocked off and goes right to Blanchard. Stick Blanchard, shot blocked. They try to clear again. Rubis holds. Rubis puts it off the boards to Blanchard. Oakland grabs it, and they send it all the way down with 27 seconds left in this power play. Peterson drops it for Rubis behind the net. Rubis is going to skate it out. He goes up the middle. He goes far side for Schneider. Schneider to the outside. Drops it for Harris. Harris with rim goes far side for Fugner. Fugner, what an amazing save by the Grizzlies goalie on a sliding split save. Keeps that puck out. What a great play. Peterson picks it up, gives it to Harris. Harris has it knocked off of his stick, goes right to Rubis. Rubis off the boards, hits Fugner. Fugner forward for Harris. Harris tips it in. He goes in on the forecheck. It goes behind the net. They flip it forward. Schneider holds, gets it to Rubis. Rubis puts it on net. That puck's loose in front. And good save by the Oakland goalie. He, or maybe she, there's a ponytail there. He or she jumped out. They jumped out. How's that? Do we know? It's a she. Danny says she. So she dives out and covers that puck. Welcome to Politically Correct Sundays with Brian at the Blues. Oakland wins that faceoff. They go behind the net. Their exit pass off a skate, then held in at the point by Peterson. They clear it out. Schneider sends it to Rubis. Rubis reverses in his own zone. He goes up the boards. Fugner's going to tip it into the zone. Blues were offsides by 3 feet. No call. We'll take it. And it comes out. Schneider gets it. Oh, and he tries to get it to his forehand. Shot there. Harris there for the rebound. Open net. Can't get a stick on it. Oakland comes away with it. Their exit pass is picked off. And here they come back to the neutral zone. Their pass out of the reach. That should be icing, and it will be. Good pressure on that shift. Couple really good opportunities. Blues want to continue that momentum here.
Turn it up, boys.
They send out the Giorgio, Boyer, and Zilm line up front. Defensive pairing will be Komodowski and Miniman. 11:18 left to go in this game. Face-off is tied up in the corner. Boyer battles for it, chips it to Zilm. Zilm to Giorgio, and Giorgio shoots and scores! Blues goal. That is Giorgio from I believe, Boyer to get this back within 2. as Giorgio absolutely sniped top corner on this goalie who has had an absolutely spectacular game. And that's pretty much the only way you're going to beat her is by putting rockets in that net. So Giorgio from Boyer at 11:09 left in the third. Giorgio lines up for the draw. No change in personnel for the Blues. Face-off is tied up by all three forward players. Boyer comes away with it. He chips it high up and in. That's on net, and she's going to hold on to it. And we will have a face-off here with 11 minutes left coming up to the left of the Grizzlies goaltender. No change in personnel for the Blues. Giorgio, Boyer, Zelma up front. Miniman, Komodowski on defense. Face-off is one to the corner by the Grizzlies. They go far corner. Boyer in on the forecheck. They get it up to center ice. Their drop and go pass. They're offsides by several feet, so that will be an offsides against the Grizzlies. Blues take the opportunity to make a line change. They're going to send Crowley, Bauer, and Bowers up front with Komodowski and Miniman staying out on defense. Neutral zone face-off right next to the Blues bench. It is won by the Grizzlies. They're going to grab it. They throw it in deep. Comes all the way around to the near side corner for Miniman. Miniman back behind the net for Komodowski. Heads up. They had a man on him quick. Miniman gets it back. He goes up the boards for Bauer. Bauer tips it to Crowley. Grizzlies put it back in. Miniman grabs it. Goes to Komodowski. Komodowski far side for Bauer. Bauer sends it to Crowley. He tips it in. And here go the Blues on the forecheck. Good stick check by Bowers. Breaks that up. Then he gets held up in the corner. Oakland's going to bring it out far side up the boards. Bauer back checking like a champ here as he breaks it up. Komodowski grabs the loose puck. He tries to clear it. It hits a Grizzly stick, and they take control. And now we have multiple Blues in the corner fighting for it. Miniman goes behind the net to try to grab it. He goes back, and Oakland still comes away with it. Goes all the way out to the point. D to D at the top of the point. Long shot tipped on. Rebound picked up by Crowley, and he's going to send it off the glass. And they're saying that hit the bench, but it really hit the pad on the edge of the glass, so it shouldn't have been a whistle. But either way, it was probably going to be an icing, so we'll take it. Blues send out a fresh five-man unit. Spatansky, Wessel, Blanchard up front. Smith and Brooks on defense. This defensive zone faceoff comes to the left of Stutzer with 9:49 left here in the third. Face-off is won by the Grizzlies out to their point. Long shot. That gets through. Glove save. Falls out of the glove. Stutzer uses a stick to put it into the corner. They get it back out to the point. Now they go to the far side top of the circle. Long shot. That's deflected wide of the net. And Blanchard battles on the sideboards for it. It squirts out to the point. They send it in deep. Spatansky battles with Malachi Smith. Malachi grabs it. He tries to get it up to Blanchard. That puck is picked off by Oakland, and then as the scrum ensues, another player reaches in and grabs it. They go out to the point. Shot. That's deflected on. They grab it, take it behind the net. Good stick check by Malachi Smith. Breaks that up. Blues unable to clear the zone here, and Blues going to take a penalty. So Spatansky goes to the box for interference with 9:01 left. Blues will have Wessel and Blanchard up front. Or nope, they're going to change the forward unit. They've been out for a little bit. So Boyer and Giorgio will be up front. Peterson and Rubis will be the defensive unit.
Go, boys.
Giorgio lines up, take this draw to Stutzer's left. It is won by the Blues into the corner. Rubis gets taken down, and he now battles in the corner. Oakland player comes away with it. That was another really close to a skate to the back of the leg play by an Oakland player. They did it earlier. We're going to have to go back and watch that. That looks like a two now we've seen where they've done the kicking motion towards the Blues player. Anyways, back to the game. Oakland is forced to go all the way back into their own zone as heavy pressure on the penalty kill by Giorgio and Boyer have broken up any attempt they've wanted to get in. So strong start here. And then Rubis tried to flip that high in the air and got too much of it, and it's going to go all the way down for icing. He had another several steps he could have gone. But I think he thought he was going to be able to get that to stop. Same penalty killing unit for the Blues. Giorgio, Boyer up front. Peterson, Rubis on defense. That face off won by the Grizzlies. They go D to D on the point. Back to the top of the point. Long shot deflected on. Rebound to the side of the net. Great save by Stutzer on two of them. And what a great play by Boyer to break up the D to D pass. Rubis knocks it off of his stick. They chip it around. Giorgio back, takes the puck. He pushes it back for Peterson. And they send it around far side for Wessel, who's fresh on the ice. He's going to skate it through the neutral zone, crosses the red line. He tries chipping around, hits a skate. He takes the puck right away from him, keeps pushing deeper into the corner. And finally, the Grizzlies get it from him, and they send it back up the near side boards here. Lead man the puck. They're going to cross into the Blues zone. All Blues players back. Blanchard battles on the boards. Oakland pushes it deeper. Rubis now battles for it down in the corner with three Oakland players and does a pretty good job. Peterson steps in, takes it off his stick, and then he's going to send it all the way down the boards, and that will go for an icing. Blues will continue with Blanchard and Wessel up front. Komodowski and Miniman will join them as the defensive killers. Face-off is going to be to the left of Stutzer. 15 seconds left in Oakland's power play. They win it. They go D to D at the point. Blanchard gets out there. He hassles his man. He reverses, skates back to the blue line, goes to his partner. Now he puts it top of the far side circle, back out to the point. D to D on the line. D to D again on the line. Now they go to the circle. Long shot. That's deflected wide. Spatansky out of the box. And now him and Blanchard will battle on the boards. And Oakland comes away with it. They're going to send it behind the net. Miniman first to the puck. He goes up the sideboards for Wessel. Wessel chips it around his man, and Blues will start a line change. Pass across is knocks their own man off the stake. They pick it up. They go far side. Harris picks it up, tips it to Komodowski. Komodowski reverses behind his own net. He's going to skate it out. He goes off the boards for Schneider. Schneider has it. He hits Harris. Harris kicks it into the zone. Here comes Harris and Schneider. They pull up and wait for reinforcement. Harris gets tripped. No call. Schneider gets it. He goes far side for Komodowski. Komodowski shoots. Oh, gets on net and glove save by the Grizzlies goaltender. Good pass there. It looked like it was going to Fugner, but he smartly lifted his stick, let it go right to Komodowski, who had a lane to the net on the shot with a little bit of traffic in front. Blues finish the line change. Smith and Brooks on defense. Fugner, Schneider, Harris up front. Face-off won by the Grizzlies. They reverse. Their pass is picked off by Harris at first. They clear it out. Schneider knocks his man down. Brooks gets the loose puck. He goes to his partner, Malachi Smith. Smith gets it forward to Fugner. Fugner tries to get to Schneider. Schneider gets it into the zone deep, and now the Blues can go in on the forecheck as they go around. They send it up the near side boards. Schneider there steps up. They get it around him, and then here they come back into the Blues zone. They take it to the outside. They miss the net on their pass. Schneider battles on the sideboards. He has Fugner helping him out. Puck squirts out. Grizzlies grab it. Good stick by Brooks. Knocks it to the corner. And then they're going to send it out to the point. They go D to D. Long shot. That deflects off of Harris's stick and Brooks' shin pad and goes into the netting over Stutzer.
Go, boys.
Blues send out Rubis and Peterson on defense. Giorgio, Zilm, and Boyer up front. Face-off one to the corner. Rubis reverses, shakes off a hit. He flips it high. Boyer gloves it down. He kicks it back, gives it to Rubis again. Rubis goes to Peterson. Peterson's going to skate it behind the Blues net. He reverses again. He goes behind the net as he blows an edge to Rubis. Rubis makes a move. He goes up to Boyer, far side. Boyer, he gives it to Giorgio. Giorgio gets hit, loses the puck. So Boyer has to back up. And Peterson now steps up, pushes it forward. Stick checks another man. Boyer grabs it, goes back to Peterson, bounces on him. Peterson gives it to Rubis, bounces on him again. And Blues have to retreat to their own zone and battle for this. As Rubis comes away with it, he chips it around one player. Oakland grabs it back. They send it deep. Rubis picks it up in the corner again, makes a move around one guy. He's got 2 men on him, no other Blues there to help. Zilm finally reaches in and helps. Boyer with a good stick knocks it back to Zilm, and Zilm gets it back to Boyer. He chips it around in deep, and the Blues going on the forecheck. They go far side. Zilm picks it up on the sideboards. It goes back into the corner. They try going around. Zilm grabs it out in front for Zilm. Zilm can't get the shot off. It rolls to Boyer, or Giorgio. Giorgio hits his man, knocks it back, and Oakland able to come back. That was a good opportunity there for the Blues, but Zilm couldn't pull the trigger. Miniman sends it back to Rubis. Rubis up to Zilm. Zilm pushes it forward. Puck is held in by Giorgio. Now it pops out. Blues have to be careful. Watch out for offsides here. They put it in deep. Ian Bowers goes in on the forecheck. They reverse it up the near side boards here. Good play by Bowers. Picks it off. Crowley picks up the loose puck after that check and then has it knocked off of his stick. He has a good stick check. Gets it back to Bauer. Bauer drops it for Crowley, and now they all battle on the sideboards. It's going to go all the way around far side, and good hold by Patty. He was nowhere near that to start. Bowers gets it, tries to throw it back, and they're going to throw it all the way down, and that will not go far enough for icing, or will it? It will. It got up on the side and rolled for us. Excuse me. 3:20 left here in the third. Blues down 3-1. Miniman, Komodowski out on defense. And Crowley, Bauer, Bowers will continue their shift up front. Offensive zone faceoff comes to the right of the Grizzlies goaltender. It's won by the Grizzlies. They take it behind their own net. They send it around the boards. Miniman holds at the line. He puts it back to the sideboards for Bauer. It's knocked off of his stick. They go D to D behind the net, send it up to the far boards. Good hold by Komodowski. He gets it, shoots it. That's blocked by an Oakland forward. And here they come back to the neutral zone. And entry is picked up by Miniman. He taps it over to Komodowski. Komodowski reverses in the corner. He's going to skate it. Goes far side now. Sends it up to Crowley. Crowley's going to bring it into their zone. Gets to the outside. Looking for somebody. Everybody went to change. Blanchard on the ice. They push it behind the net. Wessel now on. They send it out to the point. Picked up by Miniman. Miniman shot. That goes wide. It's going to come far side. Wessel, first man to the puck. Nobody deep to the Blues as they're finishing the line change. Oakland grabs it. They sky high and send that out to the Blues blue line. Komodowski settles. Gets it to Wessel. Wessel up to Blanchard. Blanchard tips it into the zone. No icing. He hits his man behind the net. Spatansky pushes it to Wessel. Wessel blows an edge, but is able to reverse it to Blanchard. Blanchard right back to Wessel. Wessel to Spatansky. Spatansky tries to hit Blanchard. It bounces off of his stick, and here comes Oakland back through the neutral zone with 2 minutes left in the game. They're offsides there, and we'll have a neutral zone faceoff right next to the Blues bench with 2:02 left here in the third period. Spatansky, Blanchard, Wessel up front, Brooks and Smith on defense. Oakland wins that faceoff, knocked off their stick by Wessel. Blanchard comes away with it, pushes it forward. Oakland pulls it back into their own zone. They got Blanchard on them on the forecheck. They put it in deep. They're going to call no icing as I guess they're saying a Blues player hit that. Brooks tries to wrap it up the board. That's picked off right out to the point. They're going to put it back in deep. And Oakland at this point just trying to kill some time. They send it behind. They're going to go back into the Blues corner. They're going to hold. They reverse behind the Blues net. It's kicked out to Blanchard by Spatansky, and the Blues are going to come in 2-on-2. Blanchard crosses. He's going to chip it around one. He gets interfered with and taken down. No call. Wessel and Blanchard behind the net battling for it. Oakland comes away with it. They reverse into the corner. It comes out. Smith with a good hold. He sends it down to Wessel. Wessel back to Blues, and it's picked off, and here comes Oakland through the neutral zone. They cross, long shot, pad save. Blues got to get to this. Wow, gassed. Blues get it over to the Oakland Grizzlies player, and they're going to chip it in the Blues zone, and Blues finish the line change. Harris takes a hit late. Brooks gets it behind the net, sends it to Smith. Smith reverses. He gets taken down. Fugner comes in to help him out. They're going to hold that puck there. Fugner comes away with it. He's going to skate it behind the Blues net. He goes up to Harris. Harris is going to turn. He gets taken down. Fugner grabs it. He goes far side for Rubis. Goes under his stick. Rubis sends it forward. Blues need to get on the forecheck. And they're going to send it all the way around. Peterson tries to hold far side. His stick's lifted. Rubus has to chase it, and that's going to do it. Blues are going to go down here. They're going to go down here 3-1 as really just a rough start to the game for the Blues. Came out a little sluggish. Gave up 3 goals in the first period and a half, and were never able to recover. Better second half. They got 1 on the board at least. Your Blues will go home 1-3 on the weekend. Some tough played games, some really great competition up here in New York, and we'll be back next weekend for a couple home games, and then I think we have more games the following weekend. We'll see. But we'll be back next weekend for sure. Until then, we'll see you.